Okay, and we're recording. Alicia, I can see that you're feeling really frustrated and angry right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that you're feeling that way, and when you're ready, we can come down and sit over here and talk about what happened, okay?
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready to talk now about what happened?
Yeah, she was just doing my chore. Like, it's not her chore to do. It's mine.
So Emily was doing your chore?
Yeah, and the other girls were just making more of a mess because they know it will piss me off.
So you're feeling frustrated because those girls, you feel they're purposely doing stuff to make you upset?
Yeah, and they know it pisses me off too, and that's why they do it.
That's why they do it?
Yeah, I know for sure. They always do this.
So you feel like they're picking on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they want me doing my chore. They want me to get in trouble for not doing my chore. And then when I do, they make more of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
I can see how that's frustrating, and I can totally appreciate that that's how you're feeling, because that's not fair that they're making a bigger mess when you do come to your chore, and that is definitely something I can look into and talk to them about at a later date. But
and I'm always taken out from group, and it's not fair because they never get taken out from group, and they always make the mess and all this stuff, and it's not fair. I want to be in group.
So you like being in group? You don't like having this conversation?
Yeah, I hate coming out of group. It makes me so mad.
So having to have this chat just adds to your frustration?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's back up a little. I just want to clarify events, and would you mind telling me what first happened when you first walked in the room?
I walked in the room, and there's Sally and Lucy throwing stuff on the floor, and Emily looking at me and laughing as she starts sweeping because she knows it's my job. She knows it will piss me off, and then the other two are just making more of a mess.
So the first thing you saw when you walked in was Sally and Lucy throwing stuff everywhere?
Yeah.
Is that what started to get you frustrated?
Yeah, why make more of a mess? It's already a mess, so we don't need to make more of a mess.
And I can appreciate that. You feel like you don't want to have to do more than what's already there. And then the second thing that happened was you saw Emily with the broom.
Yeah.
And that just escalated your frustration?
Yeah, it made me so mad because she knows that it's my job and that I really enjoy sweeping, and that's why it's my job.
I can appreciate that you really enjoy sweeping. That's something that I can see is important to you, and being able to get your chore done. So when you saw Emily with the broom, is that when you started yelling?
Yeah, because she wouldn't give it to me, and I asked her nicely before I started yelling, and she wouldn't give it to me whatsoever.
She wouldn't give it to you. Because that's what drew my attention. I heard the yelling. And that's why I chose to take you out of group instead of them, because your frustration was at a higher level than theirs. So let me see if I've got this straight. You walked into the room, saw Sally and Lucy throwing stuff everywhere when there was already a mess in the room. And then you saw that Emily was laughing at you and she was doing the sweeping, and that's your chore. And so you started getting frustrated and angry and started yelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It seems to me, Alicia, that every time you get angry or frustrated, you start yelling.
Well, yeah, because how else am I going to get hurt? Like, they don't care.
So you feel like if you don't yell, you're not going to get heard? That's the only way you can have people hear you?
Yeah, it's the only way they'll listen to me.
Well, what if we can think of some other solutions instead of yelling that can get people to listen, or we can have the situation worked out in a different way, but we won't have you yelling, so that we don't have to have this conversation? Because I can tell that you don't like being out of group. You don't like having this conversation. So if we set up some other plans that you can do instead, when you
like kicking them or hitting them, because that I think will work.
Kicking them and hitting them is an option. However, what do you think will happen if you kick and hit them instead of yelling?
I'll be taken out of group again.
And you've already said you don't like being taken out of group.
It sucks.
So do we think that maybe that's not your best option?
Yeah, maybe it's not.
So, are there any others that you can think of that you could do when you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling like you want to start yelling? What other things do you think you can do instead?
Well, maybe go outside and just sit on the porch and get some fresh air.
Has that helped you calm down before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an option.
Mhm.
We can definitely look more into that. Is there anything else you can think of? Anything else that has helped you calm down in the past, or that you'd be willing to try?
No.
No. One thing I've noticed is that coloring calms you down.
Yeah, I really like coloring too.
You really like coloring. So we do have a coloring station upstairs. Would you be willing to maybe take time to draw a picture there and have some time alone when you're feeling frustrated and angry?
So what would happen? Like, would I just be there and then tell someone that I need a break and I'm going to color and then come back after?
Yeah, and we're gonna act that out to see how that would work and how that feels to you, to see what option you like best, or just so you have a better understanding of what would happen. So do you want to, we can practice that now? Yeah? Okay. All right. So which one do you want to practice first?
Going out to the porch.
Going out to the porch? Okay. So let's just pretend for a sec that I'm Emily and I'm sweeping, I'm doing your chore.
I'm going out to the porch because I need a break.
Okay, that's fine. I'll come talk to you in a few minutes. How did that feel to you?
Good.
Good?
I think that might work.
You think that might work? Just
Mhm.
telling staff? And I would make sure that I would have a conversation with all the staff so that they know that's your plan. Let's try the other one with coloring.
Okay.
So let's just pretend that you walked inside Emily doing your chore and now I'm staff.
Emily's doing my chores, so I need to go to the coloring table upstairs for 5 minutes and cool down.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to talk. And how did that one feel? Do you like that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they'll both probably work.
Which one do you like best?
Probably going outside to the porch.
Going outside of the porch?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's something we can definitely do. So let's just clarify, when would you go out to the porch?
When I get really frustrated, well, maybe before I get really frustrated,
Okay.
because we wouldn't want that to make me being taken out of group again.
Yeah? So you're telling me that when you first notice that you're starting to feel frustrated, you'll go out to the porch?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I will definitely talk to all the staff and let them know that that's our plan.
And same for coloring, too.
Same for coloring. I will definitely let them know about both options so that when you do come up to them, they already know and will give you permission to do that. Okay. So we are going to get you to go back into group now. I just want to prepare you. Emily, Sally, and Lucy are with the rest of the group having dinner. And I just want to know how you're going to react if they maybe start laughing or start looking at you, because that's a possibility.
Well, I can just ignore them. If it really, really bugs me, then I can just tell us staff, because I really don't want to be taken out of group again.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're making that connection. And so I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but that is a possibility, and I want you to be prepared for that. So I think that's a great idea. Try to ignore them, or just let a staff know off to the side. What do you think you could do if you start to get really frustrated and angry?
Maybe put one of our plans into action that we discussed. And
Definitely, you can definitely use one of those plans to help you calm down, and we can have a chat with the other girls. I'll make sure that that happens at a later date so that this doesn't keep happening. But I'm glad that you sat down and talked with me. I know you were really angry, and I know you don't like having this conversation, and I'm really looking forward to hearing how your plan goes the next time you get frustrated. So thank you for sitting down, and I'm looking forward to hearing how it works out for you. Okay. Do I just hit the red button again?
Yeah.